the technology. Okay, so I think we have him. Good afternoon. Welcome back, Dr.
Yeah,
Friday.
good afternoon. I'm glad to be back. And I was thinking about, in the break, about some of the ordinary people who talk to me about tourism, about what's happening, how they benefit, how they would like to see it go, things that they can do to take advantage in growing tourism, which we hope to see in this country. We want to see it grow. Of course, we want to see tourism grow, and I can't say that I could look to the budget and tell them that X, Y, and Z is going to happen because the minister never said it. The Minister of Finance, when he presented, didn't get into any detail except to talk about the hotel projects and so forth that they were doing. But for the ordinary person, as to how they will benefit from it, this is something the minister has to set out, because that's what the budget is about. It's supposed to find a way forward for our people, ordinary folks, not just for the big investors.
Yes, definitely. Just to let persons know that the number 784-456-5967, 784-498-3202. You can send us your text there. And also 718-734-5615. Let's try and get in as many persons as possible. Good afternoon, you're live.
Good afternoon, Brother Bolt.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hazelwood.
Good afternoon, my president.
Mr. Hazelwood, good afternoon, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm listening.
Thank you.
And I'm very good for this time being. There's a question I want to put to you, please.
I'll do my best to answer as usual.
A couple years now, we're talking about Calypso. I listen to Calypso for all my years, and I see a change in Calypso, that anybody that sings political commentary, especially in the government, I notice that they push aside.
Hello?
And I could remember Prime Minister Mitchell. They sing a lot of Calypso on him. And I could remember he said, Calypsonian, sing anything you want. But this government is trying to ban or push aside anybody singing any Calypso and the party, and the government, and anybody that they sing on. So I wanted to know from you what your position will be with the Calypsonian singing Calypso, even the singing on you.
Well, Mr. Hazelwood, I would want to give them good reason to sing good things and praises about me. But if they choose to sing things as they see, then I have to respect that. That is the art form, that is the craft that they bring. That's what people expect Calypsonians to do, to provide social commentary. It's part of the tradition. And to talk about wanting to suppress that and so forth, that is contrary to me, from my views. It's not something that I would do, and certainly it is against the democratic principles of people having the freedom to speak and to express themselves. So long as you're not, defaming people, that is, then it's all part of the art form. You don't have to worry about me. I think Mitchell was right when he tell them, sing. Just make sure you could sing.
What I find out, if a person sing a Calypso and if they get out of hand, I feel you as the Prime Minister will call them and say, well, such and such, you get out of hand there, so correct what they say. but not say you're going to take them to court and action and the mark and I think.
To be honest with you, Mr. Hazelwood, I don't even think I would call them. I don't even think I would call them and tell them. Yeah.
All right, thanks, brother Hazelwood.
I got one more question. I haven't heard twice your minister debate the budget.
Who?
That Mr. Bramble
Yes.
and the Trident Grenadines.
You're very observant, Mr. Hazelwood. You've been following this very closely. No, those two gentlemen have not presented.
Yeah, I want to hear them.
They will.
Presentation to be done. I don't hear from all the rest.
You will hear them
I
tomorrow.
hear from them today.
By the grace of God.
And Ms. Villax make a very good backup from where the finance minister said.
Yes.
And what she said to she said that what he said, some of the things that he said was what she did have in her manifesto.
Mm.
And he take some of them and say what he going to do. So I was glad when Ms. Villas come out outline all the things that he said going to do and the things which she don't have and talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to get them to ministers. I call them ministers.
You'll get them tomorrow. They're coming on tomorrow. Honorable Fitzgerald Bramble.
Yeah, let me get them to hear what they reply to the budget.
All right.
For listening.
All right,
Yes.
thanks,
You will hear them tomorrow. God willing.
Right.
125, yes, and you can continue. Okay, Doctor, we're gonna go back to the lines for now. Good afternoon, your times.
Good afternoon, Mr. Francois, and good afternoon to my Prime Minister.
Thank you.
I don't have much credit. I just want to ask a question, and if you can help me with it, with agriculture.
I do my
I
best.
plant 72 whole of yam. They call them barrel yam. They sell them by the pound, $3 a pound, and when it's case the original $4 or $5. And I only get 10 head from what I plant from 72 whole. I tired now. I get fed up now of begging and asking to come and help me with this spraying with my garden. Since last April, they come and they spray. They say they're coming back. Well, I don't have to wait until April yet because all the yam dead, all the lime tree, everything dead, and we're buttoned down with dry up and them to me. I would like to know if you all will do the same like what this government and his regime is doing to agriculture in this country, because I know if I pay $130 to beat the bank, I better go buy chicken back, go buy some kind of weed and sit on a corner with the chicken back and eat, because we only get 10 whole a yam and go see them.
And how much you plant? 72 whole?
Because I'm trying to get seed me could get them plant them back still. So me ain't get one for eat, neither for Christmas or nothing. It's really hard and ridiculous with this government here with agriculture. And every year me have to go pay tax, me have to find money to go and pay tax. I can't really take we still going on with this agriculture thing. They're going and spray some village, some other part of it. So you can't just spray a part and spray the other part, because the disease up there all over and move all over. Then when they come, they see a fruit tree and them a spray, and see a fruit tree and them are dead. And all the bush and all the thing and them with disease will drop off on the ground, where destroy, we plant in the earth, like the provision and two little thing, okra tree, all them thing. Oh boy.
Well, clearly something.
Because I don't know. I listen up here if you have any answer to help. Yeah. If you can help, I don't know if you can help with this government. Tell them, come out and spread the people them place, give them, especially who are report about over the problem what they have. We're really going on. We're going on in this country here with this government and this regime and them. The people them eat them to come, they must find them out, find out who you vote for, and they want to fight you and all them kind of thing. Come on, that's how a country's supposed to run. That's how Vincent and black people and all them be reached to a stage now for fighting and run against one another for politics, and then you have to find money for pay government for tax every Monday morning.
Yeah.
I can't take any more of this, man. This overbearing. And when you
I hear you, caller. And you ask the question.
Politics, me vote for whom you want to vote for, but then me paying tax every year. And when me planting and me can't get nothing from it produced from it, makes you have what down, go buy $400 three potato now, $5. One dashi, $5. A little is about $5. When we could plant them in a garden, and when we plant them, we can't get them reaping. That's why they have a blessed.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us.
And
that is part of what we say is the problem with agriculture, is that they're not providing the services to the farmers to give them the encouragement to continue to plant. But you hear the situation of this lady here. I mean, what kind of encouragement that she would get to say, okay, go and replant again, if she is not getting the support that she's expecting from the Ministry of Agriculture? Something has to be very wrong there. And she asked me the question if there is something that we can do. I promise you that we will do better than that, because agriculture is an important component of our economic development plan. And agriculture doesn't just mean big farmers. It's ordinary folk who growing, she said 75 whole yam or whatever she's have planting and so forth. Small farmers, we have small farms here. And this is the kind of services that are required has to be a lot more. The people in the Ministry of Agriculture have to understand the importance of this to that particular farmer. If she's going to invest $130 and then gets nothing back from it, of course she's going to be discouraged about trying to do it again to see if things will be better, because the support isn't there. And something is terribly wrong when that happens. And the only thing that I can say now is that it proves what has always been the problem with this government with respect to agriculture. They do not believe in it. They do not believe in the farmers. They do not believe in agriculture as an important pillar of our economy. And so that is why they simply don't invest. They don't put the time and the effort in it. And we will change that, because we know that St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to have a thriving economy, you have to have a viable agricultural sector. For food security, of course, but also as a commodity that can be traded, it can be exported, it could be sold, and farmers make a better living than they're doing now. And I am glad that you call in. Caller, I hope you're listening, that this helps to inform better as well our position that this present government has failed farmers. They have failed the agricultural sector, and it has declined steadily in the years they've been in office. And now they're trying to present as though they have suddenly discovered the potential of agriculture. They're going to be doing this, they're going to be doing that. But farmers have heard this before. Why not deal with the problems this lady is feeling with here? Why doesn't somebody go and give us some assurance that help is on the way, that she's not there on her own? And that is what needs to happen to provide hope to this important sector of our economy. And that's what we aim to do, both, is to bring hope, not just to the big operators, but to the small farmer as well, so that they can continue to be in that business. It's important for them, but it's also important for the economy overall.
Dr. Friday, when I listened to the lady, and I remember a couple of persons calling over the time, they were speaking on the same issue raised of livestock being stolen. We have persons calling in and say they have the house is in danger of washing away because of the bad state of the road. They have called Braxton, they have called this over and over. We have nature and yourself talking about roads that if urgently need repairs. And I remember something you keep saying. This government, they intend to build cement, but they're not listening to the people. They're not taking time out. And you made a point when you came on earlier about going down to the Grenadines and being able to listen to people. And this agriculture issue, the lady and others come straight back in my memory that this government don't listen to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Well, we talk about a people-centered approach from the bottom up. This is why my colleagues and I, we go out. This is no joke. This is essential to good governance. We go out in the community, we find out, we talk to people, we see what the conditions are, where they live, what the opportunities are, and try and find ways that we can come together to make them better. This situation, the caller just now complained about. I mean, why is it that she's not getting the assistance that should be given readily by the Ministry of Agriculture? She's put out the money, she planted 75 holes of yam, she spent your money to do it, and so forth, and nothing growing. They have to have an explanation. They have to give her some hope. Is she going to go do it again and hope for better when they haven't given her the kind of guidance that is necessary to overcome the problem? And it's not just there. It happens, you multiply all these individual cases of small bits here, animals lost it here and so forth. Add them all together. And that is a major part of our agricultural sector. And it simply is not being given the attention from this present government because they don't believe in agriculture. They do not really believe that is the future of our country. And if you don't believe it, then you will not put the effort into it. You simply will just be faking it. Every so often you put on the water boots and you go out and you tell people how you know agriculture and you can bring, fertilizer and implements and so forth. And where you throw the fertilizer, what you grow with it is not their concern. That's how you build agriculture. You have to have a systematic program in place to say, this is our 5-year plan or whatever. This is what we're going to do this year. And how are we going to get the farmers to the place where they feel encouraged to be able to invest in whatever crop that they're growing, whatever animals that they're rearing, because they feel that they will get a return from it. If they're rational people like anybody else, if they don't feel they're going to get a return from it, they can't be guaranteed that they will get a return from it. Of course, they're going to be reluctant to invest in it. And it will go further downhill as it's been doing, steadily under this administration. They have killed agriculture, not just bananas, they've killed agriculture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And the only thing that will change that now will be to change the government, because they don't have the energy, they don't have the ideas, they don't have the belief, they don't care, they don't give a damn about what seems to be happening in the country. Everything else is more important than what's happening to the ordinary folk. People need help.
Doc, I have somebody holding
for their needs.
Just hold, please.
Go ahead, Board.
Good afternoon. Thanks for holding. Hello.
Good afternoon, my Prime Minister, Dr. Friday.
Good afternoon, Carl.
You make me happy when I hear you speak, because I know you is a man of your word, Mr. Friday. Because most of the time if I call the Prime Minister now, and I said, Mr. Gonzalez, I need a little help with a child I have sick, need a little dialysis or something, I get into a point, He going to say to me, who you vote for? All those he asking, who you vote for? Who is your representative? You understand? If you tell them you live in Redemption Shops, they're going to say that they have nobody in Redemption Shops running. So they're going to turn you down. But I want to tell Vincentian Dr. Friday is a man of his word. I prove him. If I call Dr. Friday don't want to know who you be, because I what they call the thing, CXC, I give most about 4 people Dr. Friday number to call for help. And he helped them. I asked them, I said, did he ask you who you're voting for? Never one day. Dr. Friday is a man for the poor and not for NDP people alone. It's for everybody. Because the Prime Minister would want to know who you vote for, and them have it. They will turn you wrong like how does pitch mark, the picture here, picture there. Dr. Friday, I do pray and hope we have the majority of the votes. I hope that this general election will bring it home. Because I hear a woman who voted last year, her whole family must be about 7 of them in Redemption Shop there. The woman tell me last election, Labour again. I shocked last week. I went by the woman. The woman tell me, Carlson, who you think will make the next Prime Minister in St. Vincent? If you have guns off, it's a joke and a winner. And the woman says she's going to vote for you.
Well, I'm very grateful for that, and I'm sure that Major would be happy to go and chat with her and to make sure that she understands better why she wants to vote for us. Because it is, I'm glad to hear your testimony there. I mean, I don't really pay attention to what anybody else on the other side is doing. I have my way. I deal with people honestly and fairly, and if I can help, I will help. If I can't, I can't, because I don't have all the resources necessary. But I know in government that people will feel the difference, because I am there for the people of this country overall. We are 110,000 people.
It's not only there for the NDP people alone. You're
everybody, because we can't go forward if it's just one. If it's only one side paddling.
And that is what we're killing us.
Yeah,
and it is. She went to, I calling her name. She went to somebody high in office, and them his family send her daughter there. You know what they tell the daughter? Go in the mountain and walk land.
Yeah.
And the people in the stronghold of Labour, people are all out in South River.
But well, I'm glad to see that people are seeing that there's a difference, between if I'm going to be asking you to support me, which I am doing, and the NDP, then we have to show a difference, and we do have a difference.
I don't all time say here.
Your plans and people relate to people.
NDP party is the party we need to put in power. They want to say Friday this and Friday that. We never give you a try, and I have confidence in you.
Thank you.
That you will run this country.
All right, Carla, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that endorsement, and continue to talk to your neighbors and your colleagues, because we need to bring a change in this country. And I am doing my part, and you sound like you are doing your part, and other people elsewhere and so forth. But it takes our collective effort. And then we bring a change to the country, and then the government, and then we start changing the country for the better.
Okay. Dr. Friday, we just have a few minutes leave. I probably try and squeeze in another caller or two, but I also give you that opportunity to wrap up. But before I go, just to remind persons, when we bring in the New Times program and we're streaming, after each segment, we take the break. You just have to hold on for the 7, 8, or 10 minutes for the commercial break, and then you can rejoin the stream, and we'll pick up from there. If you miss any of the programs or any of the contributions, or you want to get clarity, you can go back on the NDP Facebook page and also on the YouTube channel, and you'll get the program.
Technology about. I'm so glad I was able to be here, live streaming, and people can see me, and I can see you. But it's vitally important that we form that connection of trust between us in the New Democratic Party and the people. We will work to earn that trust, and we will work to keep that trust. And we know that the way to do so is to deliver on our promises. We're not going to make empty promises just to get a vote. You've heard that from so many of the ULP politicians. We go around the country, and I know that is why they're panicking now, because the chickens are coming home to roost. They go and they promise people this, and they say, they will do this during election time and so forth, and even after. And then people can't find them. And that is, it's disgraceful. It is not the way in which we should conduct our politics. I have said, Board, I want to change the government, not just for the sake of, replacing one for the same. We have to change the government so we could change the country. We're talking about transformational politics and transformational economics to get people to start feeling the power that they have as a voter, feeling the dignity they have as a human being, that you can stand up and demand rights, not just people feel that you have to beg them for everything. Stand up and demand the right as a citizen of the country. The government has to look out for your interests as much as it does for the next person, irrespective of who they're voting on. The caller who called in just now and talked about me, that's absolutely true. You know, sometimes people will tell me who to support and so, but that is not a concern for me, to be honest with you. If you come and you have a need and I have the means to help, sometimes I can't help because I don't have the means to do it, whatever they're requesting. But if I can, I do. And that's one fellow Vincentian to another, one human being to another. And that is how I have always been, and that's how I continue to be. And in government, it ain't going to change me. It just will give me more opportunities to be more like that. And I'm thankful to the caller for that testimonial and for what people have said. And I will try my very best to continue to earn their trust and to deliver on behalf of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Somebody has to.
Thank you very much, Dr. Friday, for joining us. I know you're not aware at the time. I'm keeping track. You have another engagement, so I won't keep you any longer. Let me again
thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you know, it's part of my obligation, but more than that, I enjoy doing it, coming to meet people, whether it's here, but more so in the communities, as we did down in Union Island last Friday, and we will be doing in another constituency tomorrow. So we'll see you then.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me